The Lone Star Showdown. The rivalry once thought dead and gone, but it is back. And now we find out who gets the right to lay claim to the football-obsessed state of Texas. This matchup has had all kinds of great moments, and we're ready for some more. Welcome to Kyle Field in College Station, Texas. It's the Texas Longhorns and the Texas A&M Aggies. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you, and Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Guys, I caught up with the Texas A&M head coach before the game. He understands everything is on the line in this rivalry matchup. He had a conversation with his team with the conference championship and the playoffs on the line. They have to keep their poise and composure. They can't let a rivalry game knock them off their path. We'll see how composed his team can play today. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. Texas A&M about to boot it away to start this game. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Play clock was down to 5. No need to rush things. Make sure you got it right, so they'll use the timeout. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Here's Brown to begin the drive. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. Did Bevo really get his name after altering a brand on his backside put there by Texas A&M students? So many questions to answer since 1894, guys.
And that's what's so cool about this rivalry. When you have the back and forth and who did what, going all the way back to 1894, Reese's first birthday, what an amazing rivalry.
There have been a lot of good players during that stretch, too. Think about Ricky Williams from the Horns, Johnny Manziel, Texas A&M. So many great coaches have patrolled the sidelines in this rivalry for years.
The analytics nerds say the goal is at least 4 yards on 1st and 10. Here's Manning to throw. Fires to the wideout. Incomplete. Big fight for the ball, but it falls to the ground.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go.
Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. So you really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
And, man, that's not a surprise that they come to their go-to guy early. This is an offense that's so much fun to watch, and it's because they know who they are. They know how to get the ball to their playmakers. And on the first drive, Palmer, get your guy a touch, get him involved. You know receivers got some feelings, Jesse. I love that they're getting him lathered up and a touch early in this football game.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys who feel...
Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at 42.
And this is going to be the matchup for this defense all game long, containing the QB speed, because he can get out and he can roll. Nice job early in this football game, judging his speed, getting out there, getting the sack, and most importantly, getting a hit on him early in this football game so he can physically feel you, and those hits can start to add up throughout a football game.
Quarterbacks love the short passing game early in games because it really helps them get into a rhythm. So a nice job by the offensive coordinator giving his quarterback an easy throw, something he can see, and something that he knows he can complete.
The 12th man putting a stamp on this game right now and bringing it on third down. Flush to the left. And you don't get nearly enough on third down. Fourth down coming from the 48.
There was just nowhere to go with the football for the quarterback throwing it. So he tried to create, he tried to extend the play with his legs, just not able to get away from the defense, and now we have fourth down.
And so on their opening drive of the game, they want to stay on the field, and the offense will go for it on fourth down. Spits it out to the back. And it's knocked away. They'll give up the ball, failing to convert on fourth.
And listen, I have no problem being aggressive on fourth down, but the consequences of that, now you got to have your defense go bail you out. So you started the game trying to be aggressive. Well, defense, you got to get my back now.
Rush right in his face. Hits the open man. Touchdown, Aggies. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. When they have something to cheer about here, this Kyle Field crowd is the most choreographed group in all of college football.
They've got so many chants and cheers that I had no clue about Reese until we visited, and you see it's choreographed, it's perfect together. And how about this choreographed start? Exactly how they drew it up early, getting this place going bananas.
Head out, hoping to move the ball on this possession. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on fourth down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
And I like what the offense did right there. A lot of times on first down, you're thinking run, right? Like be aggressive, come downhill, try to take advantage of the defense. It wasn't a big play, but that will slow this defense down a little bit and just remind them they have to play those screens.
A give to Brown. Run ends there.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him, just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
He gets it out to the 17, the cover unit right there to make the stop. Texas A&M offense goes back to work. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. They'll need a bunch on second down. On the run, it's Owens. Oh, he's got some space.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
So they're facing 3rd and short from the 25. Quarterback signaling to his guys. On 3rd down, they're in the gun. It's Reed. Right side, it's Horton. There he goes. He was off to the races and maybe another step or two and he would have scored, but they get him at the 21-yard line.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Throwing Reed. Out wide left, it's Bussey. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
Yeah, and it's a nice decision by the quarterback when you run these RPOs. Man, if you can give it to him and you can get such positive yards like that, continue to do it. Make that defense react a different.
He's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Texas A&M. How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point makes it 14-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Able to get off one more play before quarter's end. And he's knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, and that'll do it for the first quarter. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. Stopped again, and at least they made it back to the line of scrimmage this time. And the Longhorns are in the hurry-up. Run inside. It's Wilson. They stopped him after a short game. Probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with 4th down coming. The Longhorns will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. offense out to start this drive. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Rush is on. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down.
In most instances, I would say really, really nice decision by the quarterback. But when you've got speed like this guy has, I think you'd sometimes, instead of throwing it away, would like to see him take off and see if he can go make something with his feet.
Making the adjustment on the play. Motion from the wideout. Here's Reed to throw. Dumps it to the back. Left side is Owens. That defense got gas, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. The Aggies peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Looking downfield, it's Reed. Going downfield for the big play. Goes high to pull it in. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game.
And it looked like for a second, man, he was going to take that all away. He was going to score, broke some tackles, made the play, down inside the 5. He finally gets wrapped up. Now this offense set up with a first and goal situation.
And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
Now you always want to get the home crowd jacked up and get them excited, get out to an early lead, and they have 20-0. Defense playing well, offense playing well. They got a lot to cheer about here at home.
And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point, Dave.
Yeah, nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now. Chip into this lead. Try to make it somewhat manageable. When
It's a seam wide open. The 20, the 10, touchdown Longhorns! Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house. He'll try to tack on one more. And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. What a display of explosive capabilities on that drive. 75 yards, 2 plays, and a touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. Everything's been working so far. They've had it 3 times, reached the end zone on each occasion, and now they're back to work. Motion from the wide receiver. Reed unloads it left. Complete on the comeback. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
Man, this quarterback is having a first half. He's over 200 yards already. heating up, setting up. Dude, this dude might break his career high in passing. I don't know what it is. Somebody get stats for him.
And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Looking to throw, it's Reed. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. Boy, had a chance to make a connection there, but he fired it in there. Maybe needed to take just a hair off of that one.
Hey, these quarterbacks nowadays, Reese, they got that arm arrogance, baby. They're trying to fit everything in there right now, cram it in that box. Sometimes you got to take a few RPMs off of it, soften it up a little bit, and use a little bit of touch.
Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force them into a 4th down.
And, man, the defense really needed that. They needed that for their confidence. 3 drives already, 3 touchdowns. They haven't found a way to solve the puzzle till now. Nice job getting the stop, getting a little bit of momentum, and now hopefully your offense is energized and excited because they got the football back.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Looking for room, it's Simon. He is snowed under, nowhere to go, and it'll be 2nd and long.
You know, God bless Texas because they can lose great running backs, and they just go into the portal and they get a great running back. Oh, no, they got 2 great running backs. To get Smothers, to get Brown to come over, obviously guys with experience at big-time universities, I expect Texas to be able to run the football and, Jesse, have one of the best 1-2 punches in all of college football.
Yeah, I mean, they want to come play with Arch Manning, let's be honest. They know it's an offense that defenses are going to be worried about the deep ball, throwing it downfield, so a lot of soft boxes to run into. There's really no excuse for why these running backs shouldn't absolutely stat it up this year. Steve Sarkisian told us they're going to be committed to running the football and having balance. Because of those names you just mentioned, we're expecting this running game to be elite.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. The Longhorns send out the punt unit. Pulls it in at the 25. Slips through the line. Touchdown, Aggie! Stealing a score on special teams. They'll try to add another to their lead. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. So his big play capability was on full display in that one as he took that punt back for the touchdown. And that was not what they had in mind as the kickoff sails out of bounds. They'll take the penalty and move them back. Here's Arch to throw. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Second and long here. Straight ahead, it's Simon. Gain of 2 on the play, sets up 3rd and 8.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. Fires downfield. Out wide right, it's Wingo. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31, and a big pickup on that one. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. DB's right up on the receivers. Arch Madness. Throws to the wideout. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. Gives it. Turning it on. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. Gets it down to the 33. They pick up the 1st down. Got to use their time wisely.
How about the left side of the line getting off the ball, creating some holes for that running back to get through, make the big play on the handoff to the left.
When something works that well, you might as well go right back to it. I mean, they showed no indication that they could stop it.
I like to go back to it and hurry up. Get to the line of scrimmage quick, run it again.
Sets his feet, it's Reed. Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Well, the offense is humming now, and you're seeing they can generate explosive plays in a variety of ways. They had the big run on the previous play. That time they're able to take a shot. Everything they're dialing up right now is working beautifully.
Reed. Firing for the end zone. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
And that's not a surprise. When a QB lines up and sees man-to-man coverage on his guy that runs so fast on the GPS that it's speeding in a school zone, like this dude can absolutely roll. He sees man coverage, tries to take advantage of it. They don't execute on that play. But if you want to play that defense, I think you'll get that pattern a lot from that guy.
They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. They'll go back to the air on 2nd down. In the end zone, he's got it! Touchdown, Aggie! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he made the extra point without problem. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they put the points on the board with that 37-yard touchdown pass. The returner will field it and try to do some business. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. Offense has enough time to get off a play before we head to the half. Arch is going to throw for it. Lets it fly. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
This is going to be a tough situation for the offense here. Late in the first half, they're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially when you're trying to attack vertically like they did on that last one. Downfield completions are going to be tough to come by.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
A lot of scoreboard watching today, fellows, but fear not, Week 13, we've got you covered here on the College Football Update Show. And we begin with a look at Miami University taking on the Western Michigan Broncos. And it's the Red Hawks able to pull off the upset by just a score. Going to be fun to see how this changes up the rankings.
And the returner goes down.
That victory closes the book on a 4-8 regular season, disappointing by any team standards.
So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field.
Here now a look at some other games of note, including a big upset inside the Mid-American Conference.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
Well, he's showing you all the tools in the toolbox now. We saw earlier in the game his ability throwing the football, and now you're getting to see it with him running too.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
And you just get the feeling this defense is going to have to make more negative plays like that. You're down multiple possessions tonight. You need to come away with sacks to see if you can scrape and claw and get back in this game.
He just carries it face long into a brick wall and has nothing to show for it again. Making the adjustment. From the gun on third down, it's Marcel Reed. Makes a connection. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on third down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Crosses the 45. At the 40, there he goes. There he goes to the right. He is in. Touchdown, Aggies. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point was good to finish things off. The officials blow the whistle to stop play, and there is a Longhorn shaken up. You hate to see an injury any time. Holly's going to keep an eye on that and get us up to date on what the situation is. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. Play action, here's Manning. Gonna take a shot. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business. So we'll see this offense make its way out to start the drive. Throwing Reed. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there, I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Knocked down immediately at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Wide receiver going in motion. From the gun on third down, Reed. Gets away. Trying to make magic with his feet. There he goes. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. 4th down and 1, and they'll go for it. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14. Finds a seam. He's at the 40. Running inside the 20. They finally get him down, but a huge return. Not only do they get the ball back, but man, did they set up some field position.
And you really want your quarterback in the red zone to be efficient, to be smart, not to give up points. And, man, he makes a big mistake. They capitalize on defense, return the ball all the way down the field, and now their offense has an opportunity in the red zone.
A run for the quarterback. Touchdown, Longhorn! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Lining up to add another. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. And, boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
Yeah, and you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a cardinal sin. You know better than that, Jesse. You can't take points off the board. But you got to move on.
You do. I think he just got way too overeager down in the red zone that last drive. So just come out here, trust your reads, trust what your coaches have told you to do, and just go out and execute the offense.
That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
And, man, this dude has been a weapon early in this football game. They just keep finding him. And the matchups are a problem. You want to put a linebacker on him, he's too fast for him. Continues to make catches, continues to chew up yards.
He's going to fire deep. He's got it at the 25. And the tackle is made, but not before. That completion gets them 30-plus. Texas A&M back to work with another first down. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Here's Reed to throw. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. He's got an open man. Touchdown, Texas A&M. Into the end zone for 6. The Aggies in position to say goodbye to Texas University. So long to the orange and the white as they build the lead.
It's been gig 'em here. They're pulling away, just making more plays, and it seems like at the opportune moment, they're the team that's stepping up.
And they're loving this. The A&M fan base, that is. Just loving giving it to their rival Texas. If they could finish this one off, these people.
Got a little room. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. No guts, no glory. Caught it in the end zone. Didn't hesitate for a millisecond to take that thing back, and boy, did it pay off.
And this is why kickoff returns are so exciting. There's so much space between you and the other team flying down the field. The only time you're going to be provided that much space, and you could tell he knew what to do with that space. He kicked on the Jets by Felicia.
He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. Makes a move. He's on the loose. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown. The AT unit on the field. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. Coming out with it, it's Brown. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Throws it back. They're all over him. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
And the throw down the gut falls to the grass.
And I thought the game plan has been so good by this defense, man. They know exactly who his go-to guy is out wide, and they're doing a great job of mixing up coverage, taking that away. Listen, this QB doesn't have to go to him, and that's why I think you look next. Who's your next best playmaker that can make something happen for you? Maybe go find him, because they're locked in on that star out wide.
And he's brought down after a nice game. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy...
And he throws another interception, his third of the night. And they'll get him down after a solid return. So the Texas A&M offense returns to the field. Oh, pressure's coming. Blasted as he lets it go. And the laundry drops as the pass falls incomplete. Let's see who the penalty's on. He just lost track of where he was on the field. Entire body past the line of scrimmage. Illegal forward pass, and they will back him up. So that'll cost him a down. 2nd and long after the illegal forward pass. Quarterback changing the play. Back to pass, it's Reed. Unloads to the wideout. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. Well, the timing on that throw and on the route was just convoluted and messed up from the beginning.
And you see quarterbacks and wide receivers in the offseason always working on timing and always working on throwing on air. But when you put a defense in front of them, now things start to speed up a little bit. A lot of times you'll see these little mistakes and where it looks like just they're not on the same page all the time.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Field goal unit's not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th and long. Marcel Reed to throw for it on 4th. Incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down. They were ready for the pass. And you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
First snap of this drive comes from the 32. He'll start on the ground with Brown. Stopped in his tracks. He got nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10. And the Longhorns moving quickly to the line. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Longhorns come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Wide receiver comes in motion. To throw, Manning. Back's got it on the screen. They don't fall for the screen. Great job retracing and stopping him at the line of scrimmage. Very close to putting a bow on this one. Gives us a minute to check out the top 25 here in the final week of the season and to wonder what type of impact this result will have on these rankings. As we enter the 4th quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Powers through the defender. Runs through a man, and he might have space. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good gain there.
How many times do you see receivers catch the ball and dance and you get so annoyed because you're like, dude, do you see the yellow line? Go and get it. Really nice job by the receiver with the second effort, getting the extra yards and getting the first down.
Throwing Manning. Firing deep. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding down. They should be able to take care of business here. From the gun, it's Owens. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
They'll move the tight end. To the air, it's Reed. He lets it fly. Picked off, that's number 15 on the year. Never had a chance to get rolling after the pick, but he gives them the ball in prime field position at the 40.
We've just seen in this game the ball has just gotten away from him a little bit. A couple of times, just hasn't been able to put it where he wants to. And as a result, that's now his second pick thrown in this game.
Here's Brown to begin the drive. Breaks into the open. The 40. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23. And the Longhorns come to the line in the hurry-up.
Well, the defense just had to chase that guy down and make a tackle after a long run, and no chance to substitute. They got to get the play call in because the offense is trying to go fast.
Got him downfield. Touchdown, Texas. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. The result of this game is going to sting for sure, but you've got to continue to build, you've got to improve, and you can take some positives out of this late hustle and build for next week.
There's always positives, and coaches are always looking for those things that we did well. What did we do well so we can do more of it in the future? Finding some things here late that they did well.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Right back to the well. He'll push his way out to the 30, a pickup of 3. As we check in with Holly.
Guys, things are starting to get intense down here on the sideline. The turnovers have been the story of this game, and it all starts with this defense. After that last interception, they came to the sideline, and the guys keep saying, let's keep eating. This defense is fueling this team today and taking control of the game. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. In the gun, 3rd down, Reed. Right side, it's Thomas. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
When you can run routes like this big guy, you can line him up in the slot. You can give him some extra space to work and just let him find the open holes over the middle of the field. It's a good idea to line him up in different spots to help him out, but he's a big part of this passing game. You saw why there.
Snags it at the 30 and still running. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27. They'll move the wide receiver. Reed. Moving to his left. Going to try to get it himself. This defense fully aware that he can run. They stop him after a short gain.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Throws to the wideout. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. Third and short from the 22. Is the field goal unit getting ready, or is this already 4-down territory? Looking downfield, it's Reed. Tight end finds a soft spot. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
Well, I know there's a lot of people out there thinking, hey, it's third down, you got to throw to the sticks here, but I like the call getting the drag. You get the catch, he advances it a little bit, doesn't quite pick it up, but now you've set up fourth and short, and you've got to think on offense, you've got to play somewhere that can go pick up this first down.
Fourth down, Reed. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard. Lining up for the PAT. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And it was capped off with an impressive 18-yard touchdown run. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Manning. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Nearly another interception. It'll be second down.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Manning on play action. He wants a big play here late. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set.
1852 soldier. 1852 soldier.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up second and 10. The Longhorns will hustle to the line.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Go, go.
Off play action. Look out. And down he goes. Defense will take a timeout with 28 seconds left.
If I had told you that one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football was going to have less than 200 yards passing in this game, you might not have had that on your bingo card, but that...
Fires toward the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. All right, let me jump in here. They are going to go for it on fourth down, and I'm not sure they have much choice in this situation. He'll take it himself. And that's not going to come close as the defense stops him well short of this first down. Throwing Reed. Here comes the heat. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. He picks up the fumble, but they'll blow it dead right there. And remember, at this stage of the game, the only person who can advance a fumble for the offense is the fumbler. The latest edition of this tradition-rich rivalry ends with the Aggies saying howdy to a victory over the despised Longhorns.